Hello everybody, my name is Zerduku, and welcome back to Zap Entertainment. It's been years since I did a book reaction with somebody. My friend the Gun Kid has completely abandoned me, unfortunately, as you all probably know. But I'm with Punky. Say hi. Where the fuck is that Punky? Okay, there you are. How come every time I ask you something, you don't respond immediately?
Oh, I'm sorry. My system glitched out, and I was also paying attention to something else.
I'm afraid to ask. But anyways, I sent him a description of the book that we're going to be reading today, which you guys probably know is a part of the three book party series that I've written, an anthology series that you guys are probably very familiar with. But this one's my favorite, so please read the description out loud, shall you?
Let's see. A seemingly peaceful summer town. A small group of horny teenagers decided to go on a hiking trip, but little did they know that on this seemingly peaceful lake, people have gone missing. That sounds familiar. Now they must survive the night against an aquatic ancient killer surrounded by mystery. You spelled mystery wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what program I was using because I used three different programs for my writing. I used Dragon program, I used Lily Speech, and I started using Windows dictation, Windows 11 dictation. Excuse me. And also, guys, just to let you guys know, I'm just getting over a cold, so I sound terrible. Yeah, and one of those and all those programs have the similar problem. This is why I really need editors, because these voice programs that we use nowadays are very shitty. When you use them, sometimes I put words that you don't mean to say, and I think it used the word misty instead of mystery, I'm guessing, but I don't know how to spell, so I can't fix it. And honestly, as you guys know, this book is already released. But you know what? I'm rambling on too much. Let's get started, shall we?
Let's see. The Party by Zach Salvi. The Croc Man. It's rated X2. Oh, that's the forbidden rate. Mudstep Lake is a massive lake that accompanies for 500 acres of land, 500-acre woods, and it's surrounded by 4 different towns, all covered by the same mayor. The towns are not separated by districts. The 4 towns are named after their location surrounding the lake. For example, the mayor's office's building is located on the town of North Lake. Each of the 4 towns are very small and are accompanied mostly by redneck hillbillies. Oh boy, that's a party. Separated the towns of seemingly endless woods. However, these woods are private property houses that are mostly accompanied by old couples that live out in the middle of nowhere. But their husband used to bang. There is no dangerous wild animals that live in the lake. It's mostly a variety of fish that live in the lake. Bass and sunfish. Just those 2 fish. The only potential dangerous animals that live in the private property areas of the woods are timber wolves and occasionally a bear. Lions and tigers, a bear, oh my!
What? What is with the references? Good lord! First we mentioned they got fucking Winnie the Pooh, now we're going to freaking Oz. You know, I'm trying my best not to laugh, because I was not expecting you to be this funny.
Mudstep Lake is mostly a peaceful place. Sure it is. Among the 100 different private properties that line the woods, there's a little 12-year-old blonde kid who appears in the front door. Goldilocks.
Goldilocks is a girl, not a boy!
Goldilocks, and I didn't say Goldilocks can be a... Which even... His golden retriever follows him. play outside in the, I guess you can say it's Blondie locks. Beautiful morning of mud stop
I'm
lake.
gonna die.
Caesar, go fetch it, boy, says the little blonde kid. Josh, as he throws a baseball-sized red plastic ball for his golden retriever to fetch.
It
I
should,
wonder if his name is Scooby.
okay, so
Dave, John has lived on this lake his whole
it should
life.
be noted that Gun Kid said that I went too descriptive with the frickin' ball, and he's right. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. It's my weird autism, so don't mind me.
Well, I got autism too, so I know how it feels.
Yeah.
The golden retriever picks up the ball with his mouth and runs back to his master.
Here you go, master.
Josh, good boy.
Caesar's orc is Igor, yeah.
Yes. Good boy, Cesar. Now give me the ball.
Cesar, it's
With
Caesar,
the sweet.
whatever. Sorry.
It's the same. It's kind of the same thing. Cesar, Caesar,
Really?
whatever.
Yeah,
It's just
whatever.
spelled differently.
Yeah, it's freaking Greek. How the hell were you supposed to know?
Said Josh with his sweet, playful manner. Cesar, the dog, lets go of the ball so his master can continue playing with him in the backyard of the house. You are oddly descriptive. Josh's backyard of his house lies right in the lake house, right next to Drake's house. As a
Why?
result,
I don't know why, but when I write horror stories, I'm always go big, go home. So I try to be as descriptive as possible. And for some reason, in this particular book, it seems to backfire a lot.
well, that would explain the extra 9 pages.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Josh's backyard of his house lies right next to the lake shore. As a result, when the weather is nice enough, his mother lets him go swimming every now and then. You better hope you don't find a hockey mask, man, underneath the water.
Why are we making so many Jason references?
Okay.
If you
I
guys
have to start.
If you guys are part of my Facebook, you know that this book was not inspired by Friday the 13th. It was inspired by Creature from the Black Lagoon. Which, honestly, now that I think about it, both of those franchises do have some similarities, actually.
Similar. He says some similar. After Cesar lets Josh have the ball, Josh throws it again, but it bounces off the dumpster and lands directly in the lake. Before long, you're gonna be hearing it. Normally, Cesar is able to swim. Yep.
God damn it! You got me doing the Friday the 13th references. We got Friday the 13th on our mind. That's a problem.
Yes. Mainly because Jason just been released to Dead by Daylight.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Fuck no.
I had to.
I'm not playing Dead by Daylight ever again. As Cesar approached the lake, he stopped in his tracks and growled at the water as if there was something there.
What? What was that? Whatever.
Roll down. No.
Oh. Okay. Keep your shirt on.
Let's see. Don't worry, Cesar, I'll get the ball, said Josh. Without thinking about his dog reaction, Josh gets on his knees on the sandy beach. Sandy beach? I thought it was a lake. Close to the lake.
Yeah, it should be mud. My bad. I'm an idiot.
To try to reach for the plastic ball. However, not only is he unable to reach the ball, but it floats further and deeper into the water. As a result, Josh stands up and takes off his shoes and socks, then he steps into the water to get the plastic ball. But suddenly, a webbed hand with long, sharp reptilian claws came out of the water. It grabs Josh by the face and pulls him under the muddy lake to tear the boy into pieces. I see that you are straightforward. In an attempt to save his master, Cesar jumps into the water, attempting to attack the assailant. Out of nowhere, a long reptilian tail comes out of the water and smashes Cesar's chest, crushing his ribs to break. As a result, the poor whimpering dog goes flying and smashes into a nearby tree. Slowly suffocates with his ribs penetrating his lungs.
All right,
Turn the page.
I'm working on it. All right, there we go. That should be good enough.
Josh, breakfast is ready, shouted Josh's mother as she exits the house looking for him. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Killer Croc from Batman. However, when she makes her way to the backyard, she finds a bloody puddle with her son's leg and arm floating in the lake. As a result of the gruesome sight, Josh's mother vomits after she manages to compose herself enough. She goes back into the house to call the local sheriff department. In less than 50 minutes and your pizza is free. The police arrive.
Why? That was completely unnecessary. And the way you said that was just so dry and bland. It was like something that what's his face? I can't remember now from freaking Ghostbusters. Bill Murray. It sounded like something that Bill Murray would say and how he would deliver the line.
Less than 15 minutes and your pizza is free.
Motherfucker.
You gotta get a mouthful.
Alright, continue.
Yeah, to get a mouthful. The sheriff is accompanied by 2 deputies and 3 doctors to clean up the mess. Unfortunately, they are only able to recover less than 10% of Josh's body from the lake. This is the second victim this month, said the sheriff. What do you reckon we should... Oh, no, wait, that's the deputy that's talking. This is the second time this month, Sheriff. What do you reckon we should do? Asked one of the deputies with a hillbilly accent. Oh, I probably should read back that guy. This is the second time this...
You don't have to do voices, by the way, but you can if you want.
What do you reckon we should do? Asked one of the deputies with a hillbilly accent. You are oddly specific with this.
I'm very oddly specific every time I write these books. I'm not even joking. It's outrageous.
The sheriff turns to look at Josh's mother, still sobbing 15 feet away. Very, very specific. From the conversation with another of his deputies trying to calm her down. Fucking hell.
Drinking a hillbilly beer.
I'm drinking my beer. I'm losing my wiggly. What the hell's happening?
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. That's the first thing that popped in my head when you unleashed that belch.
I'm drinking my old duel. Leave me alone.
Okay, did you, so where are you exactly in...
No, I'm like at the bottom part.
Alright, so I can scroll all the way down to here?
Now you listen here there, Santa boy. This is not the place to be talking about that, the sheriff responded with a very serious voice. Shit. Yes, sir, responded the deputy as he goes back to work. Then the sheriff looks out into the vastness of Mudstop Lake, wondering what is happening in their small, peaceful town. It's slowly being transformed into a reptilian town.
Sure.
Place where all animals can come alike. Let's see. Oh yeah, Killer Croc obviously broken out of Arkham Asylum.
You know, funny thing, the design of the monster in this book was actually inspired by the Leatherhead from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so it's not completely far off.
It's a crocodile.
Yes.
During the summer, Mudstop Lake becomes a vacation spot for many out-of-towners. However, all of the previous elected mayors have attempted to turn Mudstop Lake into a tourist trap, but have failed due to the fact that it's not very well known throughout the United States. Throughout the many attempts, there is a zoo on East Lake. that houses many difficult wild animals like lions, leopards, and crocodiles. Oh my. Thankfully, all
That's the
of the
second
animals
time we referenced Oz.
are caged within the zoo. There is also a dozen different open swimming spots for people to enjoy themselves, and even some hiking trails that were made out of the wilderness of Mud Stop. My mind immediately goes back to Bodega Bay. Unfortunately, all these entertainment
But
sites have never.
hold on,
Mud
hold on,
Stop.
hold on, hold the phone for a second. Isn't Bodega Bay just like on top of? Is a hotel on top of a mountain and not in like a town that's full of hillbillies? You know what? Continue reading. I'm thinking too hard on that.
It's Bodega Bay.
Sure.
You better fucking laugh.
Haha.
Fair enough.
Okay, sure.
It's a retort that the government wanted to turn it into. Despite that, the sheriff knows that some people still come to the lake to enjoy the festivities. Oh yeah, just shoving mud pies in each other's faces. That's activities. The sheriff decides to go talk to the mayor in an attempt to close down the lake to prevent any more deaths. As a result, the sheriff knocks on the mayor's door.
Yeah, that was a little too descriptive again.
Next.
Oh. What was that deep voice come from?
Let's see. Come on in, said the mayor with his hillbilly accent. Come on in. We're gonna watch some bumfuck and watch some NASCAR.
I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did. Alrighty. Back to the book.
The sheriff responds by opening up the door and standing in front of the mayor's desk while he's doing paperwork to get his attention. Listen, Mayor, I don't know what's going on, but I reckon that we should close down the lake until further notice, said the sheriff with his seriousness.
If you ever watch my videos, Gun Kid actually gets really mad at this mayor, and you probably will see why.
As an immediate response, the mayor looks at the sheriff with disgust. Let me guess. There are more bodies. Listen, Sheriff, it's your job to protect and serve our people in this town. They can't live safely if you're unable to catch the culprit, said the mayor with his frustration. It seems that he's trying to blindside the killings.
Ever watch Jaws? Wait. Oh, sorry. I lost control of the frickin' scroll. Where are we? I don't know. Okay.
Let me guess, there are more bodies. Oh, wait, I already read that part. I know this has been going on for 6 years. 6 whole years, and they haven't done anything about it.
Well, they've been trying to find this damn thing, and they can't.
The only lake in the fucking town.
It's actually a pretty big lake.
But nobody, including the sheriffs before me, have any idea about what's going on. How the hell am I supposed to catch something that we don't know what we're looking for? Shouted the sheriff with his seriously angry voice. You know, as well as I do, that this has something to do with the zoo. How hard is it to go to the zoo and ask them to look over their animals to see what escaped? The mayor responded with anger. That makes sense. Just go to every single animal and ask them, hey, how's your day going? I've already been to the zoo over 80 times, and they tell me the same thing. No animals have escaped from the zoo. The sheriff responded with frustration as he paces around the office. Then what the hell do you keep bringing to my desk? I'm not going to close down the lake because you can't do your job, shouted the mayor as he stands up.
Emotional damage! Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
With hatred. Not important. So we're not to do anything about innocent people dying, said the sheriff as he approached the mayor with disgust. Ew. Like I said, I'm not closing up all the beaches. I'm not closing up all the beaches. Because you can't do your job.
Why'd you stutter?
I read beaches.
Oh, okay. You got. Oh wait, is it spelt wrong?
It's supposed to be lake, isn't it?
I thought
Since when is it a beach? It went from a lake to a full-on beach.
Isn't the beach just like the shoreline of like either a lake
The
or
beaches are like the shoreline of the ocean. This is a lake that we're talking about.
No, that doesn't make any sense because
It's
there's
usually
a
just grass or mud.
because usually because there's a lake near where I live and they have like a bunch of sand up near the lake. It's designed to look like a beach area because it's artificial. You know what I mean? Like
Well, if it's
people,
artificial, then that means somebody put it there.
well, even when there's a natural, like someone could put like sand in front of like a bunch of water just for tourists to go. Yeah, but whatever. It is what it is. We're getting to.
It is your fault that people are dying out there. Now go out there and do your job, shouted the mayor. As a result, the sheriff looks down at the floor, feeling like it's all his fault. With humility and sadness in his heart, he decides to leave the office and tries to do his best to help out the people in Mudstop Lake. By doing nothing, just like every other cop.
Well, they actually have tried searching the lake a few times. They just couldn't find anything.
Meanwhile, at South Lake, a 17-year-old teenager is getting her van ready for a summer vacation. Her name is Alice, and she has brown hair. She just came back from her Wonderland.
What the fuck? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna try to stay calm and just let you read.
She wears a yellow and red plaid t-shirt with blue jeans. She is extremely skinny with a... Okay, this is just... Alright, A-cup breast size. That's very provocative of you.
It's gonna get worse, trust me. So I just hope you can handle it. My issue is that every time when people read these books, when I go really far with the, you know how old 80s slasher films show off nudity? Well, I go a little bit above and beyond when I write my books, and weirdly enough, even I start to cringe a little bit when other people start to read it out loud, and that's because these books weren't designed for reading out loud. It was only meant for you to like read to yourselves, technically speaking. But I have to deal with it. Mm-hmm. Continue.
Well, with that being said, the only thing that I can say to respond to that, well, shit.
Is this enough?
As Alice is putting a big box of snacks in her van, her father comes around bringing a large cooler of drinks. Here's your cooler, Alice, said Alice's father as he hands her the cooler. Thanks, Dad, Alice responded as she lifts up the large cooler and slides into the back of her van before closing the trunk. Why so much stuff, Alice? Asked her father.
Alright, now I got to scroll down. Just give me a minute here. For some reason, the scroll thing is a little finicky here. Like it's trying to jump all the way down for some. I think it's a glitch.
Well, we are going to be hiking around the trails and doing lots of swimming. Oh boy, that's going to be a sight to see. I just wanted to
Dun
make
dun
sure
dun
we
dun.
have plenty of snacks and drinks, explained Alice as she leans against her van. Okay. And how many people were coming with you again? Asked her father with concern. Serious concern. Don't worry, Dad. It's just going to be us girls. I should be a girls' night out. This never ends well. I should come back home in a couple of weeks. Yeah, no, yeah. This is not gonna end well.
If you're anybody who watches horror, of course you know it's not going to end well. But to be fair, how would you know that you're in a horror movie? That's the question.
Well, let's see. Going out at the middle of the night,
But
sharing a beer and like a dark lake.
But the thing
all of a
is,
sudden
you can't tell me. You can't tell me if someone invites you on like a I don't know, a little camping trip or like a place to go swimming, that your brain's gonna instantly go to some horror movie. No, it's not. It's gonna say, "Oh, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna go swimming." You know.
I'm pretty sure you would get very paranoid if you like walk home alone in the middle of the night.
I mean, I feel like that's a different set of circumstances, but, whatever. Whatever. Back to the book, I guess.
Now, with sincerity. Before answering, her father gives her a hug with a smile on his face. Okay, honey. You and the other girls have fun, said the father as he makes his way back into the house. After that, Alice got into her van and begins to drive to the location to pick up her friends. Although it is true that Alice is going to pick up two of her friends, she did not tell her father that she knew her friends invited two boys on the hiking trip.
So she lied.
You lied. You lied.
What the flight? I don't even know where that's even from. Oh boy.
60 miles away, another teenage girl is sitting on a camping chair in front of her house waiting for Alice. Her name is Crystal, and she has long black hair. She wears a red and white plaid shirt while wearing a bright blue bikini beneath her clothes. Crystal is slightly taller than most girls, and she is very thin with decapped breast. Crystal was looking at her cell phone when Alice's van comes around the corner and stops for her. Hearing the sound of the motor, Crystal looks up to see Alice driving the van that has the words "free candy" on the side.
What the hell? What the hell? I mean, yeah, what the hell? What kind of game is this?
Where is this story going?
Yeah, exactly. What the hell there, Punky? This isn't, I don't know. Okay, my brain is fried. You know what? Just back to the book. You fried my brain, bro, on that one.
Womp, womp, womp. Hey, Alice, how's it going? Said Crystal, happy to see her best friend as she opens the door to the van to sit in the front seat before closing the door behind her with a handful of candy in her hands.
Why are we making the thing a freaking candy raping children reference? Why are we doing that there, Punky? What the flying fucker knots is wrong with you? You know, this is actually worse than me at this point.
You know what they say. Nothing more like a plot twist than the main protagonist being the villain.
You know what? I can't argue with that one. That yeah, he beat me at that one.
All right, let's go down a little bit.
Okay, how far? Yeah.
No, let's see. Yep, stop.
All right.
Fine, said Alice, answering the rhetorical question as she begins to drive to the next location in search of children. That's good. I hope we can find a good place to go swimming today. Crystal casually says. Don't worry, Crystal. I have it all planned out. We're going up to the old yellow hiking trail to Yellow Creek, explained Alice as she continues to drive, wondering about the yellow brick road. No one has gone up that trail.
You know what? With that description, and even without your description, your little like adding like concept of Oz, and me just calling it Yellow Creek, I kind of feel like it's deserved to be with the Oz references. It could be It could be subconsciously put it in.
Hiking up the yellow dirt road. Crystal responded with curiosity. Try 100 years. Alice responded with exaggeration, causing both Crystal and her to laugh. Go down.
I wasn't keeping track where we were, so.
Neither one of the
Where was
neither
that?
one of the two teenagers. knew
Oh,
anything
I
about-
see. Yeah, try like 100 years right there.
Try 100 years. That part right there.
Yeah, I remember that part. Okay.
Neither one of the two teenagers knew anything about Old Creek, which is normally Old Yellow Creek, which is normally called or referred around the entire Mudstop Lake. Yellow Creek is now just a hiking trail, but it
Okay.
actually was once a dirt road, a yellow dirt road, leading to the many different private properties in the woods of Mudstop Lake. However, due to its lost history of vandalism, the road has been shut down
What
for
the hell?
so long that grass and other plants have begun to overgrow the yellow dirt road of Yellow Creek. As a result, no one has been on the Creek Trail for over 30 years. A city which was nice and peaceful now has been disturbed by an unwelcome presence of vandalism and riots. This one.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, in the front of the library, another teenager who is wearing a red button-up shirt with blue jeans that have holes in them is waiting. Her name is Lori Loud, and she has long blonde hair and dark tan skin. Lori is considered one of the hottest girls in high school because of her normal waist-sized body and D-cup breast, combined with the way she naturally looks, makes her extremely attractive. Lori Strode was on her cell phone sending a text to somebody when she saw Alice's van coming to pick
We're
them
now making Halloween reference. This is a summer book, not a Halloween book.
up. I'm a sucker for Halloween. You don't have an excuse.
Okay, to be fair.
Hey girls, what's up? Said Lori as she puts her cell phone down in her pocket and gets back into the seat after she texted her brother Michael.
What the
Oh,
hell?
nothing. We're just ready to party. Hike. Hike. It's an interesting.
I'm not hang on a minute there. Punky, I'm gonna pause the video for a second. Alright guys, sorry about that. That was a Discord thing. Alright, back to the book.
Let's see. Yes. Hey girls, what's up? Said Lori as she puts her cell phone on her pocket and gets back of the seat after she texted her brother Michael. Oh, nothing. We're just ready to party hike, responded Crystal with a different manner. I was just texting Otis and Michael about our trip. He told me that he's going to meet us.
What?
Lori responded.
What? I gotta. Oh my god, my brain is frying from all these gun references.
Okay. Okay then, to the arcade we go, said Alice as she begins to drive. 30 minutes later at the arcade, a large-sized teenager is walking out front of the arcade next to a thin red-haired teenager.
Oh god, tons of fun.
Tons of fun. Well, that's some Stranger Things. You really think this hiking trip will help you lose the weight, Otis? Said the red-headed teenager. I hope so, Richard. Ick. Maybe if I can lose the weight, people will stop picking on me for being so fat. You big fat, said the big fat teenager known as Otis. Otis has long black hair and wears a bright blue t-shirt with gray shorts.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll down here. Stop there. There you go.
Look there, man. Just don't go on this trip thinking that you're going to get laid, bruh.
What the fuck was that? that was a really fucked up voice. Sorry, man.
Just don't go on this trip thinking that you're gonna get laid, bruh.
said Dick with his seriousness.
Dick?
Seriousness quotations. Oh, please.
Oh please, I am pretty darn sure that Lori hates me just like everyone else who looks at me because I'm big fat.
Said Otis disagreeably.
Then why did Lori invite you, brah?
Asked Dick. Otis was about to respond by shrugging his shoulders and saying something, but Dick pointed out the van is slowly approaching. As a response, Otis turns around to see the van stopping, which there are 3 girls sat inside.
Catch you later, broski.
Said Richard as he holds his hand out of friendship.
Guys, I can't.
You too, bro.
Said Otis. He shakes Dick's hand before opening the door to the van and getting inside. After that, Alice drives to the van to the next location.
Guys, I can't. I can't. Oh my god! I just got over a sickness. They're punkier. I gotta start coughing to death and die. Oh.
He's gonna have a cardiac arrest.
Clear. Alright.
Alright. How's it going, Otis? Asked Laurie Strode with tender care in her voice.
Oh, I got the high score on both Pac-Man and Ding Dong.
Oh my god! You're making Otis sound like a fucking moron. All I can think is like freaking Chris from Koliyoko. I'm pretty darn sure you don't know who the fuck I'm talking about because that's obscure, but he literally sounds just like that.
Oh, I just got the high score on both Pac-Man and Ding Dong. Oh, I mean Dig Dug.
Responded with happiness.
Did you do that on purpose or that was an accident?
Nope, I did that on purpose.
I'm a shithead.
Yeah, I can see that. Jesus H. Christ. Oh my god. What the what?
15 minutes later at the statue monument.
Is
2
that
teenagers are
is
walking
that spelled
around
wrong
slowly
too?
approaching the sidewalk.
Whatever.
Are you sure you... Wait a minute. Are you sure you want to miss the rave at my house, Kenny? Asked a teenager, as wearing a white shirt and backwards multicolored hat and a gold keychain around his neck.
Jesus H. Christ. It's a fucking hipster.
God dang. Yes, I am, but I'm pretty sure you don't understand.
What the fuck?
I'm
He
trying to
became
tell you.
British!
I'm going on a hiking trip with 360 chicks, which means I got myself a nice harem, which I can't possibly miss. Responded the other teenager, who is wearing a dark green t-shirt with black shorts and an orange jacket.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember this character.
Oh shit, Kenny. I had no idea. Just bring plenty of condoms with you, bro. said the white shirt teenager. Don't worry, bro. I'm covered.
Why are they... Also, we went from America to Britain.
Okay. Okay, man. I'll see you later. Said the other teenager. Said the other Russian, as both him and the other Russian fist bumped before the other
Russian.
teenager arrived.
This book, it's official. It's official. This book is communist.
Kenny only takes 2 steps towards the sidewalk before he sees the van approaching. When the van stops, Crystal opens the windows and sticks her head out. Yo, stranger. Stranger. Thank you. What are you doing out here? Shouted Crystal with a sarcastic, rhetorical voice.
Obviously, she knows him.
Oh, nothing, just being cool. said Kenny as he said the Russian Kenny as he approached the van.
Why is he Russian?
With the fist pound. After that, Kenny looked at the van and realized
The
it
book
was
goes
full of
completely against your whole idea that he's Russian. He's clear it's one of those what do they call fat boys or fat? I don't know. They're basically
frat boy.
yeah. It's one of those kind of teenagers.
Looked at the van and realized it was full of candy. What the fuck?
Why again? What the hell?
What the hell? What the hell? Looks like I'm landing in the back again, said Kenny with a humorous voice. Humorous, serious Russian voice. Good luck with that. I put all our stuff in the back, including the candy, explained Alice. No problem, said Kenny, shrugging his shoulders as he walks behind the van and opens the trunk. When he opens the trunk, he can see that the back is occupied with 4 different colors. Coolers, sleeping bags, and rolled up.
Oh.
And rolled up.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. You got me laughing so hard that I lost track of where the fuck you are.
Rolled up tents. Kenny paid no mind to the lack of space as he began to move things around before hopping into the back of the van, closing the truck behind him. After settling into his position, Alice began to drive as the van is driving and making progress towards their destination. Kenny looks over and sees the fat Otis playing on his Game Boy.
I'm gonna scroll down to here so we get to the next page.
Hey, who invited the fat kid? Who invited the fat motherfucker?
That line might be better than what I actually originally written, as you guys can see. But anyways,
The big fat Otis did not respond to the mean comment from the Russian because he is used to being called fat and picked on. As a result, he just paid attention to his video game. I invited Otis, Laurie Strode responded. As an immediate response, Kenny looked at Laurie Strode with a confusion and slight hint of disgust. Hey guys, be nice to each other. This is supposed to be part of the summer vacation, even if it's a Russian stranger, said Alice as she continues to drive.
you're burning my brain cells.
Over here, stranger. Got something that might interest you.
What the hell?
Yeah, we've all got it.
What the hell is this video?
I don't know. This is just cracked.
Yeah. Well, anyways, back to the book, man. We gotta keep things flowing.
Yeah, supposedly. Don't worry, ladies. Don't worry, ladies. I am chill, Kenny responded with false sense of humility. Also, I'm pretty sure once we get into the trail, we will all start become friends, said Big Fat Otis with his hope in his heart and aching stomach.
Okay, I think that's good enough.
Yeah, man. Oh, wait. Yeah, man. Isn't it like if you walk and talk, you start to, like, bond or whatever? Whatever you Americans do.
Okay.
Well, we're about to find out since we're already here, Alice responded as she stopped the van. After Alice stopped the van, everybody got out and went through all the stuff. It appears that they've been stranded inside Wonderland.
Jesus H.
As
Christ.
a result, people started...
I'm gonna have to start ignoring you so we can get through this dang gun book.
We're like a quarter way there, so we gotten this far.
Oh, really? Oh, we're already on page 15.
Hooray! Everybody start celebrating. We gotten this far. Let's see.
Oh, my nose.
A few seconds later, Alice and her friends began to hike up the Yellow Creek Road. The trail is covered in grass with evidence of dirt. It appears that there's a little bit of brick. A yellow brick road, perhaps? Leading up to a long highway. Most of the trail is within the woods of Mudstop Lake, but there are some parts of where the teenagers are able to see the beautiful sight of the fresh water lake and mountains surrounding the sea. Scene. I said sea. What the fuck? Alright, let's see.
Ugh.
With this nice hot summer weather and that beautiful scene of the lake, I cannot wait to go swimming. Skinny dipping, said Crystal with nostalgia as everybody stops to look at the beautiful scenery. I can't believe you go swimming in this lake, especially nude, said Laurie Strode with a small hint of frustration towards her friend. What? Asked the Russian bastard, not standing too far from them, not looking at Crystal with bewilderment. At the same time, Otis Big Fat was listening with curiosity and surprise. Just because you spend your time at school believing the hogwash and endangered species in the waters does not mean this lake is polluted, Crystal responded with a small hint of anger and frustration. You do not realize that lakes like this connect to the sewers, right? Gross.
She just basically trying to say you should swim nude in this thing unlike you know it connects to the sewer.
Yeah, good luck trying to get the leeches off of you.
Yuck.
Responded Laurie Strode. You do realize that that's just a bunch of rumors spread by Bleeding Hearts, right? That's a nice name of a song, Bleeding Hearts.
Really? Well, that was incidental if that was the case.
Crystal responded with a small hint of anger. Come on, guys, stop fighting. We have a lot of trail to cover, shouted Alice, who just so happens to be in her own little wonderland. As an immediate response, the rest of the teenagers rolled their eyes and followed Alice's lead, leading down the yellow brick road. 4 hours later, with Twilight Sparkle are approaching, Twilight Princess. Alice,
What the hell? Just keep reading, man. Jesus Christ. Do I need...
Jesus isn't here. Only us.
Oh my god.
Alice and her friends reach the end of the trail where they come across an abandoned house in the middle of nowhere. It seems that it's being occupied by an old lady, and her husband used his bag.
Courage the Cowardly Dog! I haven't watched that show in years.
In the backyard of the house, there is a lake that stretches for miles. That's odd. The abandoned house is surrounded by empty woods, signifying a private property. You better get off his property. The house is covered in dust with window shutters that are falling apart, and some of the white paint is peeling off the wood. On the right of the house, an old swing.
So sorry about
An old
that.
swing was chained to the trees. Some of the surrounding trees around the house had very old yellow police tape surrounding the foundation. Do not cross. The police have been here.
Oh, okay.
What? This is under the police.
What the hell?
Asked Alice as she slowed down, looking at the creepy sight. This is kind of spooky. Oh, gee, it's kind of spooky down here. Said Laurie Strode with fear in her voice. No one told me that we were coming to a Halloween party, said the Russian bastard with a sense of humor after the funny comment from Kenny, the Russian motherfucker. Big Fat approached the trees to look at the yellow ribbons surrounding them. Otis, or in this case, Fat Motherfucker, took a close and realized that it was old tape that police officers usually put up when there's a murder scene to keep people out.
Hey guys, I think the police were here a long time ago,
Said Otis bitch boy as a result.
Emotional damage, good lord.
Said the fat bitch boy as a result, and the others crowd around Otis, fat bitch boy, to see what he found. That makes this place even more scary. Should we even stay here? Said Laurie Strode with fear in her voice. I wouldn't worry too much. Oh no, wait.
I wouldn't worry too much. These rivers look very old, as well as the house.
Said fat motherfucker, looking at the decrepit house. I'm guessing nobody has lived here for years, said Crystal, looking at the house ominously. After that, Alice looked at the horizon, over the horizon, and sees the sun is going down. Guys, we should camp here for the night. We shouldn't be walking around in the dark, explained Alice from Wonderland. Do we need to stay around this creepy place? Asked Crystal with complaint. Yeah, for real, this place...
Yeah, for real, this place gives me the creeps.
said Laurie Strode with fear.
That came out of nowhere.
What's the matter, girls? What's the matter, girls? Are you scared? Oh, whoa! What? Oh, well, apparently. Said the Russian motherfucker, making ghostly noises with insult to the two girls. Insult to injury. Sorry, girls. I don't think you have a choice, said Alice with humility.
Oh wait, did I scroll too far down?
Alice is right. Oh, wait.
Alice is right. Let's just set up camp here. Then in the morning, we will leave the creepy place behind.
Explained the walking diabetes with understanding.
Walking diabetes! You ate too many donuts!
He's gonna have a heart attack.
The killer's not even gonna kill him, he's just gonna die of a heart attack.
He's gonna die of diabetes. The two girls looked at each other with disgust, realizing that Alice was right. As a result, everybody set up camp that night. Big Fat and Laurie Strode teamed up to put up the tents. Alice, the Russian motherfucker, and the crystal meth gathered up
Crystal meth!
fire for the night. After everything was set up, Kenny, the Russian bastard, opens up with the coolers to grab some beer. Hey, Laurie, what do you want to drink? Shouted Kenny.
A soda would be nice.
Laurie responded with her annoying voice. As an immediate response, Kenny throws a can of soda at Laurie as she hits her on the face and catches it with her frightening request as a surprise. Good catch with your face, you stupid bitch, said Kenny with a snarky attitude. Said the Russian bastard.
I'm gonna die.
Well, I didn't think you were supposed to throw the entire soda at my face, said Laurie with confusion. Visible confusion. Well, I know what else you can catch. You can catch these nuts, said the Russian bastard with a sexual attitude as he tries to hug Laurie, but she pushes him away.
No thanks, I'm good.
Said Laurie as she strode as she walks away from the commie. What's wrong? Do I have bad breath or something? Said Kenny, thinking highly of himself after said this Russian bastard, thinking highly of himself. After walking away from the commie, Laurie Strode sees Big Fat sitting by himself near the lake overlooking the woods and stars. She approaches him and sits next to him on the ground. What's the matter, fat bitch? Asked Laurie Strode with kindness in her heart.
What? My god, why are you making all these characters so annoying when I'm written to be somewhat human and sympathetic really in the book?
Well, some It makes I like to be.
Yeah, I get what you're doing here. I get what you're doing. It's don't mind me. I'm just asking a lot of stupid questions at this point.
Well, this entire like video has just been cracked. So,
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, man, but it's working. I think this video is gonna be like kind of liked just because of all the silly shit that you're saying. The only thing, the only minor thing I don't like so far is you're kind of demeaning the characters. But you know what? Whatever. You know, it is what it is.
it is what it is. Go stupid, go crazy. Just okay, well, just trying to figure out why I'm here. I'm too fat. I know none of you guys like me because, well, I'm a fat bastard. But I still came here anyways, even though I think it's nothing more than a terrible crude joke. I guess I must be really stupid or something, you know? I'm only here because of the free food. I'm gonna die of diabetes. Explained the fat bastard, looking low and sad, but still hungry. No, you fat bastard. I invited you because I wanted to get to know you. In a way, speaking. Laurie responded.
You know, I just remembered something, and your whole, you know, act with Lori here is gonna backfire real soon.
I can only imagine why.
It's gonna backfire in a very weird and cringe way. Watch. Or should I instead of watch just read and find out?
Yeah, that's what they all say. When beautiful girls like you and guys like me, they just see a pond to play games with. I don't really care though. I'm just too fat and stupid to even care. Where the fuck the food at?
Said the fucker as he looks up at the night sky. That movement, the moment the commie turns his head, listening in on their conversation. Is that what you honestly think of yourself? Or even me? You stupid fat motherfucker. Laurie Strode responded with a hint of sadness.
The truth is, I don't know. I just don't know. All I think about is food. At this point, I don't even know why I'm thinking to myself sometimes. I just want to stuff my fat ass with food.
The fat ass responded as he looked down at the ground. Nodding.
All I'm doing is laughing. I try not to react because I don't want the video to be too long. But keep reading.
I'm gonna need you to scroll down in order for me.
Oh,
to
sorry. Sorry.
All right. What a loser, that fat ass. If that's what you think, why are you here in the first place? Said the Russian motherfucker, approaching the conversation uninvited. Well, he's here because I said he could be here, said the annoying Laurie Strode, standing up to the Russian motherfucker. So let me get this straight. You would rather lay in bed with this fat-ass loser than me? I mean, look at this guy. He looks like he's about to have a heart attack just about any moment. I fell down the ugly tree. Look at him. He's a literal walking Big Mac. He's a walking quarter pounder.
Okay, to be fair, what you said though was probably way better than what I've actually written. The insults are good. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
As an immediate response, the Big Mac began to cry, and Laurie Strode responds and emotionally attacked by slapping the Russian bastard across the face with malice intent. "Stop it, Kenny!" shouted Alice. Oh, that was Alice? Alright, well,
Stop it, Kenny!
shouted Alice as her and Crystal approached the others.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Kenny? This is supposed to be a party to have fun with our summer vacation. You shouldn't act like a dick to everybody, shouted Crystal with anger. Whatever, said the Russian bastard as he rolls his eyes and walks into the dark woods. After the Russian motherfucker left, Laurie Strode sat down with the fat Big Mac and rubbed his back. While that was happening, Crystal Meth and Alice Wonderland walked around towards the tents that they set up. Tell me again, Crystal Meth, why did you invite the Russian commie again? Asked Alice Wonderland. Actually, no, I think I could do a different voice for Alice.
Okay.
Crystal, why did you invite the Russian bastard?
What? Did Crystal just become a man? Or Alice? I don't know who you're doing.
This entire and fucking it's just nothing but just chaos.
Sure.
I'm not even scared about the Croc anymore. I'm more scared about what the fuck this is gonna turn into.
This is gonna be amazing. I think this is gonna be an amazing video.
Well, the commie and I. Wait, oh yeah, it's Crystal Meth. The Russian and I know each other because we are in the same gym class together. He invited me to one of his raves, and I realized he is really great person to party with. I did not expect him to be a dick to the Big Mac though. Explain Crystal Meth.
Where are we? Do I have to scroll down?
Yeah, scroll down.
Okay. I got it.
Well,
Well, luckily for the Russian, I am a very nice person and wouldn't leave him in the woods. However, if he keeps this up, I don't know what to do with him.
What the hell?
frustration in her voice. Is her voice. Shit.
It'd be funny if you make her sound like Dorothy, but whatever. But I don't think you could do it with Dorothy voice.
Let's see. I guess we should talk about it in the morning,
Said Crystal Meth as she opens up a bottle of red rum and walks away from Alice Wonderland. As an immediate response, Alice Terminator releases a heavy...
Alice Terminator? What the fuck?
Alice the Terminator, or in this case, Alice Schwarzenegger.
What? What the fuck?
Anyway, let's see.
Oh. What's some action
Seconds
stuff?
after that, the commie walks off into the dark woods with a six-pack of red rum and an extra one in his hand that he's already drinking. After walking several feet into the woods, he puts down his beers in between some tree branches where they stay steady. Fucking hell, them beers are good.
Perfect.
Said the Russian as he thinks to himself. The Russian starts to pace back and forth thinking about the event that just took place between him and Laurie Strode. All the Russian wants to do is party and have fun with the other girls. He definitely wants to have fatal corporation of the girls.
Fatal Corporation. Sure, we'll go with that.
He was not expecting a fat motherfucker who constantly stuffs his face full of Big Macs to be coming on the trip. Yeah, brah. Oh. As a result, he sees the fat motherfucker as an inconvenience. As Kenny is pacing back and forth, he cannot seem to wrap his mind around the fact that Laurie Strode invited that ugly fat piece of shit. He invited that ugly fat Big Mac nerd to party with him. It seems unnatural. Despite all this, he does not feel any malice or intent towards the fat bastard.
Where
He's just jealous that somehow
I lost where we were.
how a nerd is getting more attention than him, he's just jealous that somehow a fat motherfucker is getting more attention than him. While losing track of time, I'm losing track of where the fuck I'm doing.
Okay, right here. Kenny.
Losing track of the plot.
Okay.
The Russian has not noticed that he's already made his way through the second bottle of beer and continues to drink while thinking of a situation himself. While the Russian is deep in thought, he is unaware that the deep, dark woods, there are two glowing eyes watching him. Like a predator watching his prey. Ain't nothing like a party like a ditty party.
What? Okay.
Feeling left out from the natural pleasure of having fatal cooperation with the women, the Russian becomes more agitated as he paces back and forth. At the same time, the predator, Jeffrey Epstein mayhaps, stays silent even when he's opening and closing his mouth, seeing the delicious food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that definitely must be Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't even know what that even is.
It's probably best you don't know.
Good.
Ahead of him.
Oh, wait, Epstein. Oh, never mind. Back to the book. What's his...
Food is not the only thing on Epstein's mind. The monster seems the
Why are we calling the monster Epstein? No! Do not! Oh my god!
Well, he is a monster.
This video is gonna get flagged for sure.
Killer Croc sees the campers as intruders upon his territory and a challenge to the apex predator of the Akapi territory. Predator hunting grounds. But fuck this, man. Fuck this, man. The Russian said, slightly shouts to himself as he shatters an empty beer bottle against a tree and sits down. What the fuck am I doing here anyways? Hell, what am I doing with my life? All I do is know how to hate Americans. The Russian whispers to himself, relaxing against the tree, unaware of the danger lurking in the dark. Suddenly, the Russian hears a twig snap in the woods, and all of a sudden, it's Jeffrey! Nah, okay. Well, who's there? Said the Russian as he stands up and slowly takes 2 steps forward, trying to see into the dark woods. The Russian sees nothing but trees and a bunch of dead leaves covering the dirt. Even with the absolute silence, the Russian feels safe. However, due to the not being in the woods too often, he didn't realize that the absence of sound means danger is near. The crickets are not chirping.
Yeah, there's like...
As the Russian turns around, well, you got that right. Props to you.
Well, I watched plenty of jungle killing monster movies, as you can probably tell. Like Anaconda and stuff.
He is taken by surprise when a webbed reptilian hand with long claws grabs his face and starts ripping at his skin. The Russian screams in absolute pain and terror, is unable to see the attacking monster. The creature's hand is too big and it rots on his face. The monster digs his claws into the Russian's eyes, tearing him limb from limb with its giant hand, sliding all around his body. With the reptilian claws stuck in his eyes, blood begins squirting all over the dead leaves of the dark woods. The woods just filled with nothing but scream of horror and absolute pain. Feel the silence of the forest. The monster takes his other hand and rips the Russian's eyes out of his skull.
Oh! Now we're talking. Where are we? I don't know where we are.
What's going on?
Alright.
Right. Once once he was both. Once that is done, let's see. Once he has both his ribs were then ripped out. All of his guts were spewing all over the place after killing the Russian. The monster rips out his heart before it, crushing it and devouring it, swallowing it down with one bite. The monster proceeds to eat his lungs, seemingly enjoying himself, gorging upon the Russian's body parts. One by one,
Tasty Russian.
eating the insides of the Russian, just like an apple. A few bites of muscle and flesh, taking large chunks of flesh and bone. The monster proceeds to drag what's left of the corpse away from the scene towards the monster's underwater cave, marking the Russian's watery grave.
Okay.
Meanwhile, after calming down after the crying, Laurie Strode and Big Fat stand a bit closer to the lake.
Oh boy.
While staying a... Here we go again. Oh, shit. Here we go again.
You know what? My drink is almost empty, and it's getting really hot in here for me. Can we take a quick break?
Yes, I was thinking about doing the same thing.
Alright, I'm gonna pause the video. Alright, buckle up, you guys, because this corn is about to get very detailed.
You know what that means?
Oh boy, let's see how we do, because I might cringe a little bit. I know I'm probably gonna cringe. I don't know what's gonna happen to Punky.
Oh, let's see. Meanwhile, after calming down from the crying, Laurie Strode and Big Fat stand a bit closer to the lake. While staying about 60 feet away from the abandoned house because, well, social distancing. As a way to calm himself down, the Big Fat is skipping stones under the still waters of the lake while thinking about Big Macs. So how long have you been dealing with depression, fat bitch? Asked Laurie Strode very calmly.
None of this makes any sense.
I don't know. It's been with me as long as I can possibly remember. I'm not sure if it's because I've been called fat and ugly for most of my life, even though it does make sense, or I've always been picked on for being a nerd. Probably both. Just one or the other.
Said Big Fat as he lazily throws his rock into the lake, because he's fucking fat. I've never made fun of a fat kid before this much. This is sad.
Jesus Christ. Well, to be fair, I've been... Wait, did I scroll down too far?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'll go back then. Well, to be fair, I've been picked on for being a nerd, so...
I know the feeling. Alright, well, since I've wanted to be a biologist and worked hard towards college, my father has always put me down and told me that I'm too stupid to be a biologist. I think that's where some of my depression comes from. My dad was an abusive piece of shit and he called me a stupid bitch sometimes. Oh well, but it is.
Stupid blonde bitch. Backhands.
Said Laurie Strode with sadness, thinking back to how their abusive father treated her and her brother Michael. Well, at least
Well, at least you're pretty looking bitch at least.
said Big Fat. Looks at Laurie Strode,
The blonde bitch.
I'm just gonna call her blonde bitch now.
Oh God, no.
Thanks, said the blonde bitch as she smiles and giggles while blushing. She's still a bitch.
Oh, you're welcome.
Says Big Fat responded with a deep breath of seriousness.
This is,
Oh, wait. Has anybody ever told you that you're a really nice guy, fat boy? As Lori stroked the blonde bitch with kindness. I'm getting characters mixed up here.
That's a lot of people. Some people complain of me putting names at the end of sentences and stuff, but my problem is I couldn't figure out an easier way of writing it.
I mean, you could have worded it like there was like different fonts that you could have used to tell them apart, like who's talking.
I don't like messing around with fonts because I get confused because there's so many different fonts on this program, which is Open Office, and I don't understand how it kind of works. It's
That's why I would take notes of what font I would use for a certain character.
uh,
But that's just me.
no, nobody has. Not even my friends, unfortunately.
Says the Big Mac. I don't know. Okay.
I don't even know where we are. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alice and
Okay.
Crystal
Never mind.
are
I guess the corn part of the book is a little bit further down. I think we could take plot convenience for that.
Meanwhile, Alice and Crystal Meth are on front porch of the abandoned house. Alice looks around the front porch trying to find a way in. She's trying to breaking and entering. She
A
opens
beanie.
tries to open the front door. The handle turns perfectly, but the door seems to be stuck. Not locked. Alice, what the fuck are you doing? We can't be breaking into a stranger's house. Thank you, she whispered, Crystal Meth anxiously.
Got some old nice things on sale, stranger.
I can't even tell. Yeah, I know you're making stuff up, but I don't know where we are in the book right now. I'm not sure if I should scroll down or not.
Oh, please. Oh, wait.
Oh, please. Nobody's been here for years. Besides, aren't you curious to know what's inside?
Asked Alice as she pushes with everything she has against the door and manages opening, releasing nothing but dust and hot air. Even though nobody has lived here, don't you think this breaking and entering? I certainly do.
Well, it is an abandoned property, but yeah, technically, I guess that's breaking and entering.
Asked Crystal Meth with concern. However, Alice didn't answer. She just took out a flashlight to explore the hallways of the abandoned house. She can see some old pictures that have fallen off the walls due to the long passing of time, and the paint is peeling off the walls. Alice! Quietly exclaimed Crystal Meth as she peeks into the doorway, watching Alice slowly be consumed by the darkness of the abandoned house. Fuck this, I'm leaving, Crystal Meth whispered to herself as she walks away from the house and into the dark woods in the same direction as the Russian went. Alice Terminator. I'm gonna say Terminator because Arnold's last name is well.
Is it really Alice?
I mean, I'm not really sure if this even is Alice. I'm not even sure if the characters are even themselves.
Yeah, I think it's because that when I'm writing these books, I'm like I get like really tired and I stay off with the books for a while, then I forget who's who sometimes because I leave the book alone for about like a day or two, and then and because that I have a memory of a goldfish, I kind of forget.
You're not the only one who has bad memory.
As Alice explores the house, she finds a living room with an old radio from the 50s, in decent condition, surprisingly. She also finds an old handmade living room table in front of an old couch that is covered in dust. Angel dust, to be precise. As she continued exploring, Alice leaves the living room and goes back to the hallway. Do you get that? Did you get the reference?
Yes, I did. I just did a long sigh.
Going back in the hallway, where she finds a door to the basement. She easily opens up the door and makes her way downstairs with curiosity ensuing. The doorknob to the basement. The door to the basement creaks, shutting behind her, barely making any noise. Barely making any noise as it slowly creaks shut. Interesting. Barely making any noise in the process. It creaks shut without not making any noise.
Yeah, I don't know. It goes to show I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Oh boy.
Meanwhile, after telling Laurie Strode, the blonde
I am going to cringe. I need to.
that nobody has ever complimented Big Fat, or in this case, Fat Pig, Laurie Strode quickly walks
Emotional damage.
up to Pig
You know-
and gives him a hug. At first he hesitates, but then slowly gives her a hug back. After hugging each other, she looks into his
Oh
eyes.
boy.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, they just lose it. Okay, so now I'm going to have to ask a question. And I really should not be asking this question.
But
How comfortable are you reading the porn between two teenagers? Because
I'm not. I mean, knowing the fact that it's like between two teenagers is a little bit too provocative.
I understand that in like slasher films they have it on paper that they're teens, but the actors are actually not that. But
Well, the problem is that they're teenagers.
teenagers on paper, yeah.
Read a lot of fan fiction. It doesn't really bother me.
I don't know why, but I'm just like cringe.
Yeah, this entire story has been nothing but cringe.
Well,
It's cringeworthy.
I do kind of disagree with that, but actually, your whole like reaction earlier was actually kind of funny and fun.
Fatal Corporation. They're gonna do the Fatal Corporation, and they're gonna do the cha-cha slide. They're gonna walk like the Egyptian.
All right, you know what? Just if you feel uncomfortable, just we can skip a little bit. But for now, just do your best. That's all I can say.
With the T-modes, teenager hormones activated, the fat bastard.
No, neuron activation. Neuron activation.
Horny mode activated. After
Warning.
Laurie Strode, yeah, put up a warning sign just in case.
I kind of can't.
Just slap it on there. Just slap it.
How?
Just slap it on there.
I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to edit videos.
Just edit the video to where like
I don't know how.
just put up the word warning on the screen.
Impossible.
Skip ahead like a certain amount of time if you don't want to read this part, because I'm gonna go all out.
Oh God. Really? Okay. I'm gonna buckle myself in here. Hang on for dear life!
Fasten your seatbelts, it's gonna be one bumpy and bouncy ride.
Alright, bring it on.
Laurie lets go of the fat motherfucker and proceeds to walk away from him, and at the same time,
Oh, I
the
remember
fat
this.
motherfucker was stunned by the kiss and kind of confused. She walks behind the tree into the darkness, begins unbuttoning her t-shirt before coming around the left back into the light, revealing her bare
Yeah.
naked to the fat motherfucker. Then the fat motherfucker begins to salivate because he's never seen a woman naked before. T-shirt. She's not wearing a bra, and Otis was surprised. He instantly gets hard. She
Yeah.
invites him
He
to
because.
At the moment, his mind was overloaded with the situation. As a result, he emptied his mind, decided to follow her. His mind was no longer, for the first time in forever, his mind was never, it's no longer filled with Big Mac and McDonald's and Burger King. Now it's about plowing a teenager. God damn. That's messed up when I say that.
It should be noted that I got so cringed that I actually took off my headphones, so I didn't really quite hear what you said. But
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing because that was just nothing but what the fuck.
but I actually was cringing from the story, not so much of what you were saying. But regardless,
From the abandoned house, behind lots of trees, were a small opening with a black towel on top of a grass line. So that's oddly peculiar. Whatever, though. I can't take it anymore. Laurie takes off her t-shirt
my nose.
It appears that a certain tall dog is reading this story along with me, so if you hear him talk, just ignore it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is that what you sound? I sounded like a dog.
Apparently, there's a goofy guy with me.
I'm trying to breathe, okay, and my allergies are killing me, okay.
Well, gosh, I'm sorry.
All right. Do I need to scroll down? Do I need to scroll down?
I mean, if you want to, I would be happily to oblige and read all this. Let's see. Down on the ground, Otis does not, without any hesitation, starts ripping off all of his clothes.
Oh my god! No!
Starts plowing into her at Mach 40, barely giving her any time to...
Oh. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, I don't think this is gonna get... I'm reading all of this right now. This is gonna get age restricted.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let's fast forward a little bit.
You're gonna have to cut that part out.
I can't. But actually, you know what? We don't have to worry about age restriction.
It's YouTube. They don't give a fuck. While the fat motherfucker and Laurie Strode were busy plowing each other into a 90, they were unaware that a certain monster...
I was actually trying to find that. Where is the monster? I lost track of between all this corn. That's all I see is corn.
The entire foundation of the abandoned house, hearing the moans of fatal corporation from both the teenagers. The monster slowly sneaks through the woods to see them. Oh boy, Jeffrey is watching them. The creature slowly sneaks up behind Laurie, and while she was busy, and it grabs Laurie's long blonde hair and pulls her off of the fat motherfucker. While she screams in pain due to her hair being pulled, the Big Mac's eyes widen with fear as he sees Jeffrey. he sees the crocodile monster right in front of him. The creature reaches over, grabs his throat, and rips it off.
causing it to bleed all over himself and the towel.
Oh, so it's down here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to scroll down here.
Lori tries to get away from her, with her hair stuck in the creature's claws, and luckily her hair snaps, causing her to fall to the ground, giving her a chance to get away. Sadly, she wasn't fast enough, as the creature found and grabbed her.
I don't know if
Right.
am I scrolling too much? I don't know.
Hold on, give me a second. The creature raised Lori into the air before ripping off one of her breasts, eating the delicate flesh. The creature proceeds to rip off the rest of the remaining of her flesh, his long reptilian claws tearing into her, causing so much blood to squirt all over the place. The creature devouring both the fat bastard and blonde bitch is savoring every single taste. 70% of the girl's body.
Considering that he ate the fat bastard, the monster's gonna die of a heart attack.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna get that. Otis tries to stand up. He tries his best to run away, but is suffocated from the loss of blood and the lack of oxygen going to his brain due to his throat being ripped out. As a result, he falls into the ground, both suffocated and bleeding to death. After ripping the flesh off of Lori and devouring majority of her body, the creature takes
that expression voice, the way you're saying it, sounds so familiar, but I can't seem to place it. Sounds like something from like one of those really old '90s cartoons for some reason.
The creature took what's left of Otis's fat-ass corpse back, dragging him away, never to be seen ever again. 3 minutes later, Crystal Meth is walking around the woods, calmly looking around.
Although,
She's enjoying it.
okay,
She is...
just a quick warning there, Punky and the audience here. Even though we just passed a corn scene, this area is kind of corn, but it's not as bad, I don't think.
Well, I guess we'll get to that when we get there.
Okay, quick warning. She skinny dips. That's it.
She just skinny dips. That's perfectly fine for teenagers.
Alright, moving on.
3 minutes later, Crystal Meth is walking around the woods, calmly looking around. She's enjoying the fact that she is away from the spooky-ass house. She takes a deep breath of clean and fresh air. After taking a deep, satisfying breath, she continues to walk through the woods before coming across a waterfall. Oh yeah, that's pretty peculiar to come across a waterfall in the middle of the woods. The 500-acre woods. From where Crystal is standing, she can see a massive pond that has a 16-foot waterfall to the left of it flowing in. The pond has an opening on its right that feeds into the rest of Mudstop Lake.
Where are we?
Clear night, sky above, Crystal Meth decides to go swimming. Before she jumps into the pond, she takes off all her clothes, revealing her blue bikini with a white flower design. She takes off the top of her bikini, revealing... Okay, this is where the warning comes into place.
Yeah, because it gets kind of descriptive of what she looks like without no clothes on, if I remember correctly.
Yep, I can see, like, a certain word in there that is obviously going to get the video flagged.
I've actually posted these books beforehand on YouTube, and even though that Gun Kid has skipped over it, kind of like glazed over it, I let the the thing actually the words be seen. And weirdly enough, I haven't gotten a single warning on YouTube ever.
Well, I guess YouTube knows that this is not for kids.
Well, I set my YouTube thing for no kids, and you know I make
Yeah,
it
but
I
still,
make it
you're-
very clear that my horror stories that I write is not for kids. Why do you think I stamp a rated X on my books all the time?
No.
Anyways, continue on, if possible.
If you want me to read it, that is.
Well, it's up to you.
After putting the top of her bikini on the same branch as her t-shirt, she takes off the bottom half of her bikini, revealing her furry pussy. Damn. And also puts the bottom.
You actually said it. Okay,
Yes.
I am impressed. Actually,
She's a nasty bitch. On the same branch as the rest of her clothes. Then she skinny dips into the pond swimming naked. Crystal Meth loves to go skinny dipping all the time. Wow, what a life for her. Go girl. For a matter of fact, she's been doing it since she was 9. Don't know how to feel about that. She's an expert swimmer. And one of the top swimmers of her school. Crystal Meth loves the water and is never afraid of swimming in any kind of water. That being hot, cold, or just plain in the public. Which she should not be doing. In order to prove to herself
Yeah.
that she doesn't fear
I'm
the
surprised
water.
she said never gotten arrested for indecent exposure.
She likes to go skinny dipping everywhere, including in
What's this? Yeah, we're going too far as it is.
Yeah, this
We're-
entire fucking recording has been nothing but a goddamn disaster.
Nah, man, it's well, your funny reactions is A class, but the only part that is bad is my writing with the X corn, but that's me. That's my problem, not yours.
Ooba dooba. However, unknowingly behind the waterfall is a cave. From the darkness of the cave to yellow eyes of the mouth of the monster, Epstein, or
That actually kind of makes sense now. Unfortunately.
yeah, he's watching a teenager.
Oh no! Where's the cops when you need them?
Where the hell is 911? Where the hell is where's Airbnb when you need him?
Oh, my nose. Guys, catching a cold sucks.
Showing within the moonlight as Epstein sees through the waterfall a naked Crystal, a naked little girl, in his sights, is swimming in his favorite pond, intruding upon his territory. As a result, Epstein gives off a silent crocodile hiss as he opens and closes his mouth with saliva coming from. Finally, the maniac decides to go in the water and does so slowly, walking into the water with near silence. Despite the silence, Crystal Meth heard the sound and turns her head towards the waterfall but does not see anything. Where the hell did that come from?
What the hell are you drinking, man? Soda?
I am drinking Fanta.
Alcohol?
Fanta! What part of that did you get alcohol?
Because that sounds like I watched Gabriel Iglesias and he mentioned an alcohol beverage called Fanta or something like that, which is
No, it's Fanta, the soda. Orange
never
Fanta.
heard of it.
Bro, you need to get out more.
Yeah.
Obviously tell you're a stay-at-home nerd. Hello, Kenny? Is it you? The Russian motherfucker? Is that you?
as crystal, as crystal meth, but there was no answer. All that was heard was the ambient sound of the waterfall. As a result, Crystal chuckled to herself, just thinking it was her imagination, and goes back to swimming. Crystal Meth takes a deep breath, swims under the lake, and goes around in circles, looking beneath the water. Despite being very dark, she can see in the distance into the water. Cave. She sees a cave. Almost out there, she swims back to the surface to get some oxygen. During that time, Epstein, at the bottom of the pond, looking above at Crystal's naked body, that monster, he is strangely aroused by looking at the naked teenager before him. As a result, it is hesitating to kill Crystal. At the moment, he was trying to decide whether he should kill her or rape her. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's definitely Epstein. Oh God!
Yeah, just rename it to Epstein's Lake. On the surface of the pond, Crystal swims closer to where she saw the underwater cave. She takes a deep breath and dives down, swimming towards the cave. Staying near the bottom of the lake, camouflaged by the darkness, the madman follows her into the water cave. In the water cave, Crystal Meth swims for a few seconds before she Crystal Meth swims for a few seconds before she can find the other end of the cave. Fucking hell. She breaks for the surface of the water and combed up on the other side inside the cave. However, what she sees horrifies her. She can see lying in front of her is the corpse of her friends, the fat motherfucker with his throat ripped out, and what's left of the Russian bastard and Laurie Strode's mangled corpses. Crystal Meth screams in terror, begins to thrash her arms and legs in the water in complete panic. The blood-curdling scream pisses off Epstein because it hurted his ears, even underwater. As a result, Epstein, decides to kill her. He swims between her legs and bites at her pussy. What the fuck? Feeling the crushing pain of being bitten by something underwater pushes Crystal further into absolute panic. Epstein grabs at her legs and starts ripping the skin off.
I lost you there, bro.
Scroll down.
Oh.
We're almost there. It's
Okay.
almost over. You don't have to endure with Epstein's wrath much longer.
Yeah, we're on page 32.
It's his long, strong arms. He started chopping away at her pussy, was so powerful that it tore some of the skin off, causing the water in the cave to turn blood red due to Epstein's sharp claws. In amazing strength, he was unable to get a good grip on Crystal, which allowed her to get away for a second. But Epstein's speed underwater is too fast. The creature grabs her arm with his jaws and just digs in his arms into her back, and yet ripping the skin off. Out of severe panic and wanting to live, Crystal Meth tries punching Epstein in the nose to get it to let her go. But this causes him to bite down even harder. As a result, he rips off her arm, her body with extreme ease. Yet again, Crystal Meth managed to get away, but with the loss of her arm and so much blood, she was slowly beginning to lose consciousness. She managed to make it towards the rocky land where the corpses of her friends are, before she passes out and bleeds to death. After that, Epstein jumps out of the water, finally revealing itself. He is 11 feet tall. He's half human. He's a monster. He's a hybrid-looking monster between an animal and a human. A superhuman. He has large muscles, bigger than any humans, and he's too fucking strong.
What the fuck?
His misshapen body with spiky reptilian spikes on his back, creepy glowing eyes, has a long mouth, giant long sharp teeth. He slowly walks up to Crystal Meth's corpse, picks it up before tossing it into the water with the rest of the corpses. This pile lies next to a bunch of bones of human and animal remains, which Epstein himself has been feeding upon for years. Then Epstein decides to go back into the water and leave his home, letting all the corpses settle in their watery graves. Meanwhile, Alice is still exploring the abandoned house in the basement. She sees before her a dark, moist basement, so Alice is the only one who's left.
Mm-hmm.
Final girl.
Yeah.
That not only looks old, but has a lot of debris everywhere, looking like there was a struggle a long time ago. Looking around, she can see large glass containers that have been broken and contain a couple of tablets where one of them has a bunch of test tubes and other signs, mixing chemical stuff. Alice slowly walks to the right, approaching the desk with an old lamp and some old dusty papers looking at the desk. She can see what there were some drawings beneath her. She tries to open one of the drawers, but it's locked. Out of curiosity, she wanted to get inside the drawer. She looked around the basement to see if there was anything she could use to pry the door open. As she was looking around, she notices that there was a massive puddle of water about 15 feet away from her. Looks like it somehow goes into the lake, as if somebody dug a hole in the basement. However, Alice ignores that and continues looking around and finds a crowbar. She picks up the crowbar and uses it to break open the drawer. She successfully does so and finds a diary in very good condition due to the fact that it was locked away from the elements. She finds an old computer chair and sits down and she begins to read. Divorce papers. Divorce papers. Also telling that he's the father of 3 kids.
Why not?
Dr. Herbert Stein's journal. February 6, 1954. I got that bitch pregnant. My life was over.
This is the first time I actually really second time I really messed with the font. And that was because I was trying to ask. I did everything I could to try to figure out how to get cursive writing, and good lord, it was a pain if I remember correctly.
At the geneticist laboratory meeting, some of the colleagues of mine were tasked with the question to answer. Where does human sentience come from? We spent 3 months studying the DNA of different animals and comparing them to human DNA. Eventually, we came to life. We came to life. We are back from the dead.
What the fuck? Is that really what it says, or did you mess up?
It's just I can't really read cursive very well.
No, okay, never mind. Don't worry about it.
But that's, yeah, I'm just being shithead. Eventually, we came to the conclusion that humans have neocortex and other animals don't. We do not fully understand this fusion of chromosomes and hormones, but we're very certain that this is the answer to the question. When we sent those
results of the Ministry of Science, they were
He's talking a bunch of science mumbo jumbo. Oh god, through cursive writing. This is gonna be fun for you.
The results are results. As a result, we went home with the Nobel Peace Prize. However, I am unsatisfied with the results and have. Scroll down.
Oh,
More questions that I have to answer and want to result with. I am going to go looking for a private home to focus my work. Hopefully, I get better results there. Alice read from the diary, intrigued by what she's reading. She continues to read and turns the page to continue to read the results. May 23rd. After looking for a house for quite a while, I came across a sleepy little town known as Mudstop Lake. I was very happy with the results. I found a cheap house that is extremely peaceful. It is perfect to focus on my work. Once I settled in, I began doing some math equations to try figure out on how the neocortex came to be, as well as the obvious question that many people have: is there intelligent life in the universe? I am very disappointed in the results. My equations, I have to be very lonely conclusion. Came to a very lonely conclusion. A very lonely result. All life on this planet is a result of organisms traveling through space and evolving through a series of environments, which means it's unlikely that there are other sentient beings out there in the universe. I've been alone for most of my life, and though being the only sentient creature in the entire universe, is extremely sad. I would not wish that loneliness on any human being, so I'm going to isolate the chromosome and hormones and gen specifics. I do not know what that word says. Gen spa?
gene splice, I think is what it probably says. Probably.
Gen splice. With other animals on this planet, so we're not only sentient beings on the planet or in the universe. What do you think of those results? Just read from the diary, but before she turned the page to read, she wasn't sure if what she was reading was even something real or made up. It seemed too much like science fiction to her. However, she continued on, even though
she probably was like, "What is this? Some sort of science fiction novel? What the fuck?"
Ew! Oh my god, science, get that away from me.
June 1st. Let's see. Due to living in my own and having a low-paying job, I have not able to pay for any kind of typical test subjects. I have made friends with a zoologist here in the Mudstop Lake Cafe, and she gave me a box of baby crocodiles to experiment on. It is not your typical animal to experiment on, but I cannot be picky due to the situation. I am confident enough with my skills of being a geneticist that my experiments will be successful. I must begin my experiments as soon as possibly can. June 20th. I have successfully fused the chromosomes with Jeffrey Epstein. I wasn't expecting a man to openly be a test subject.
It's a crocodile, but okay. Jeffrey Epstein is a crocodile.
I successfully fused the chromosomes of a baby crocodile into Jeffrey Epstein, thus turning him into one. However, that he could not survive the drastic changes in his DNA. I decided to constantly clone the DNA of the dead
the rotting corpse of Jeffrey Epstein in an attempt to create a human-like species. It's not going good so far, but I'm still confident that I can succeed and have great results.
Results. That's gonna become a meme now.
Results! July 1st, yet again, most of the clones did not survive the change, but luckily, one of the Epstein clones did. Now I must test the creature's intelligence to see if it's a sentient being. At first, the creature seemed too much like an animal, even though it used to be human, per se. One day, it did something that made
Whoa. So, since I know that my friend here is doing a joke with Epstein here, but you do understand that what's going on here, he's turning a crocodile into a human. So, if we're gonna go with this joke here, Epstein was a crocodile, and then he used human DNA and created Epstein.
I didn't really per se. I didn't specify. So the woman that he befriended at the cafe was actually married to Epstein, and then he decided to use Epstein as a test subject for the crocodile chromosomes.
What the fuck? Sure, I guess we can go with that. I don't fucking know, man. What the hell?
The more you know. Now you know that Epstein is.
What is this video turning into?
Well, this story is completely fucked.
Jesus Christ. Alright, back to the book, man.
Back to the cracked story.
Yeah, sure.
The creature put a bunch of rocks in a certain pattern that showed intelligence. I can't believe I did it. I created a new species out of a man, and soon more humans will never have to be alone again. Alice read from the diary. Alice turned the page to read more, but the rest of the diary was blank, as if Dr. Stein completely disappeared from the world.
I'm pretty darn sure you probably guessed what happened.
Yeah, Epstein got him.
Yep, I think Epstein just had him for had him for dinner.
He ate his cock. Damn.
Oh god, we went from numb pussy to numb science stick.
Yeah, he attacks that specific area of the body first.
Alrighty.
Unaware of her surroundings, the monster peeks his head out just above the surface of the massive puddle in the basement where the flashlight on the table was illuminating the scene. As a result, the creature was being blinded by the flashlight unintentionally. It makes a loud hissing noise and tries to use his hand in front of his face to block out the light. Hearing the noise, Alec drops a flashlight to see what made it. She shines the flashlight in Epstein's face while part of his body was underwater. The light was so bright even his hands could keep it away, which made the creature get angry and jump out of the water and begin to chase Alice, seeing the horrible, freakish abomination that was so called of a man was chasing her. She screams and runs up the stairs while it pursues her. As Alice gets closer to the exit door, she turns and looks at the monster once more, while trying to convey in her head that what she was seeing was real. She can see the large monster, so-called Epstein, coming through the basement door, ducking its head trying to fit through the door frame. Yet again, Alice
Oh.
screams, realizing her impending doom. As a result, she opened up the exit door of the abandoned house and runs inside the woods, angry that Epstein is having a hard time keeping up with its prey. He smashes the exit door, chasing Alice further into the deep woods, despite the monster's small in size. It was able to use abnormally long arms to do form of leaping, running while trying to keep up with its prey. After only running in the woods for a minute, Alice comes across a fenced-off power plant where electricity goes into the town. In pure panic and fear, she climbed over the barbed wire fence, ignoring the pain from her hands and legs as she leaps over the fence and runs by electrical equipment. The monster, Epstein, rips up the fence with his claws, using very little effort and run towards Alice. Suddenly, its arm touches one of the electrical equipment and electrocutes the monster, seemingly harming it. Seeing what happened, Alice sees a roll of chains on the ground and throws them around the monster, trying to tangle it up. The chain gets caught between the monster's arm and mouth. Epstein chomps onto the chains with his sharp teeth, attempting to break the entangled mess on his arm. Then Alice throws the chains into the electrical equipment. As a result, the electricity travels through the metal chain and electrocutes Epstein. Epstein growls of pain as 4,000 volts is traveling through his body. In fear that the monster could break loose from the electrical chains, Alice continues to run away from it and leaps over the fence further into the dark woods. Alice runs for 3 whole minutes before she comes across a road. A car that was going to be going by almost runs her over. She could see that it's the sheriff's car. "Stop, please! Don't hit me!" shouted Alice in panic. The sheriff steps out of the car. "What in tarnation is going on here?" said the sheriff as he
It's been a while since we've seen you.
Yeah, we literally saw him at the start. And he gets out of his car. "Please help me! There's an animal chasing me in the woods!" shouted Alice in complete panic. All right, just calm down. Stay in the car. I will get investigating," said the sheriff. Ella calms down enough to nod her head. Yes. Before sitting inside the sheriff's car, the sheriff investigated the... It seems Sheriff Russell investigated the area, and the results were that although he found some minor damage and electrical power plant, he did not find the monster nor the bodies of their friends. Sheriff Russell returns to the car to talk to Alice. "I saw no animal here. You're safe now," said the sheriff. As he looked at Alice through the car windows, Alice rolls down the window. "Did you find my friends? I don't know where they are," said Alice with sadness in her voice. "Young lady, there's nobody out there but us," explained Sheriff Russell. "Then where are they?" Alice whispered to herself as she cried with worry in her heart. After that, the Sheriff Russell drove Alice into the town where she would be plagued by nightmares of Epstein and the events that forced her into therapy.
What'd you think of the book, actually?
So far, it was alright. I mean, I basically turned it into a shit show, but what?
I actually think your whole reaction was funny and fun, and I was actually surprised that you were brave enough to actually even go through some of the corn. Because honestly, Gun Kid would refuse to read the corn, which honestly I don't blame him. But you know,
I've read worse. You do not want to know what those 2 girls did to that cup.
Oh God! I can imagine. I could easily imagine. Oh boy,
Yep.
because I've been on the internet for a long time and I seen some shit you wouldn't believe. But
Did you see what I did there with the sheriff? I called him Russell.
Oh yeah. I gave him an actual name, which I never gave him a name because he's such a side character that it just wasn't all that important.
Yep.
Like he was only in the book. He was only in the book for like 2 parts, really, like the beginning and the end, and that was it.
Well, Sheriff Russell was talking to the mayor dickhead about like what to do about the disappearances and killings, and the mayor just passes that off. "Oh, it must be the wind."
Sure. Yeah, the people in Much Stuff Lake are just like, yeah, sure, whatever, because they're so relaxed. All right. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So please like and subscribe. And this is Zerduku and Punky is signing out.